It's Sifts from Leaden Sieves by Emily Dickinson, 1830 to 1886. It sifts from leaden sieves, it powders all the wood, it fills with alabaster wool the wrinkles of the road. It makes an even face of mountain and of plain, unbroken forehead from the east unto the east again. It reaches to the fence, it wraps it rail by rail, till it is lost in fleeces, it deals Celestial Vail. To stump and sack and stem, a summer's empty room, acres of joints where harvests were, recordless but for them. It ruffles wrists of posts as ankles of a queen, then stills its artisans like ghosts, denying they have been. Okay, this is a poem by Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson was an American poet. She came from Amherst, Massachusetts. Let's see, she was not famous as a poet in her lifetime. In fact, during her lifetime she was a recluse, and almost none of her poems were published while she was alive. She was considered by the people of Amherst as a bit strange, and as she lived in isolation, and she always liked to wear white clothes. She didn't like to greet people, and I think she spent several years living in her bedroom. Anyway, what's this about? This poem is a beautiful description of snow, of snowfall, of the landscape that results from a heavy snowfall. It describes the beauty of nature, and this is one of nature's wonders, a beautiful day, a beautiful winter scene, and this is showing the beauty of nature as perhaps a transcendental, romantic scene. And I think this poem is. It bears traces of the romantic movement, and perhaps traces of the transcendental movement as well. So, it sifts from leaden sieves. So normally you sift flour, you put flour into a container that is a mesh, and you sieve the flour, and the flour comes out in little bits, and it comes out very, very thin and very, very fine. It's to get the lumps out of the flour. And she's describing the snowfall as flour coming out of a sieve. It sifts from leaden sieves. It powders all the wood, so it covers the whole wood in this powdery snow. It fills with alabaster wool the wrinkles of the road. So the road, it has wrinkles and different, it moves in different directions, but all of this is covered in what looks like wool made from alabaster. Alabaster is a type of soft white stone. So the whole landscape, the whole road is covered in this white wool. It makes an even face of mountain and of plain, unbroken forehead from the east unto the east again. So it flattens everything out. Everything is just one. It is one face, one white face, and the land is completely covered, unbroken. A forehead. If you look, a forehead it's very flat. Yes, but it undulates, and the whole area is even. It's flat, and this is the idea of this forehead, that the land, the covering of snow is like a forehead, and she's used this word face at the beginning of this. So the face and the forehead, it's got an unbroken forehead from east to east. It reaches to the fence, so it goes to the fence, and it wraps it rail by rail. So each rail of the fence is covered in fleeces till it is lost in fleeces. It deals Celestial Vail. So fleece, this is the fleece of a sheep. This is the wool of a sheep. So everything is wrapped in this wool, in this cotton wool world, and it's a veil, a celestial valley, a valley of the sky, or maybe veil as in a veil that goes over someone. So everything is covered in white fleece, in white wool. To stump and stack and stem, a summer's empty room, acres of joints where harvests were, recordless but for them. So there were stumps and haystacks and stems, all of the things that came from summer, a summer's empty room. All of the produce of summer has been collected and put away. Yeah, the stumps of the plants, the stems of the plants, and the haystack, and all of these things of summer have been taken away. Acres of joints where harvests were, recordless but for them. So the whole world is covered in this place that was that where the harvest grew. You wouldn't know it because it's all just covered in this snow. It ruffles wrists of posts as ankles of a queen. So there are ruffles round the wrists of a queen, or ruffles round the ankle of a queen. And this is describing it like elegant lace, white, beautiful white lace around the wrists of the post, around the base of the post, as if this was adorning a queen. Then stills its artisans like ghosts, denying they have been. And then the snow stops, and the artisans, the people who make the snow, the workers, like ghosts, they just disappear, they vanish. That the clouds, or the makers of this beautiful scene, are like ghosts, they just vanish. And it denies that everything has been. It's making everything disappear. The snow makes everything disappear, and everything has gone. Everything is covered by this layer of snow. So, a description of a snow-covered landscape. It Sifts from Leaden Sieves by Emily Dickinson, 1830 to 1886.